Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi, I'm here with my good friends, Bob Meatbag,
So,
Cynics,
what up?
Siege,
What?
and a bunch of other people who can't make it because of technical difficulties.
Diarrhea.
Technical difficulties that may or may not include diarrhea, but we're not going to be naming names, and if Jet wants to come when he's good.
Damn. Okay.
So, how is everybody? You good?
I'm good.
Oh,
I'm good. I spent all the past 2 days at art galleries, so I'm ready to talk about art.
what kind of galleries did you go to?
A contemporary one, and then like a classic one, with the Van Goghs and the Picassos and all that stuff.
Oh, snap
And then
appreciation.
I don't know. I still have trouble liking a lot of the different, art that people are admiring, especially classic, like a lot of this old stuff. Sometimes I'm just like, ugh, the saturation or something's so off, and I'm like, oh, it's so bad. But I know that's just
Put
like,
the slider over and fix all the problems.
I know. But I know they're like really great or whatever, supposedly, but I'm just...
Hey
whatever.
everybody, welcome to the Sycra Show.
Oh, boy,
Jet.
shit.
What's
Hey,
going on, you
Jet.
guys?
We were just talking about you and
Hey,
letting
I want to
everybody
apologize.
know.
I set up the wrong schedule for my channel. I said it was at 10. Hopefully those people figured it out. Oh, I
Yeah.
gotta go fix it.
Where's everybody else? Who's
We're
everybody
live,
else?
right? We're live. Hey, what's up, everybody? I might
So
have to...
how's everything been coming out with you, Jet?
Oh, not yet. Unsure yet. It's unconfirmed.
Dude, if you gotta go, I can go too, because, I don't want you to be alone. Alright, so we got some questions coming in about animating in Photoshop. You want to talk about that, Cynics? Because I know you animate in Photoshop.
Well, it has a built-in animation feature, and I tend to like it. See, I feel like there's two different schools of thought on animating. Some people like to use Flash and just kind of tween all their stuff and have it very clean and crisp and just like move shapes around. But I think it's a lot more fun to just draw individual frames, and stuff like Photoshop's pretty good for that. So I don't know, if you want to do stuff like that, Photoshop's fine. And then you could just have like a background layer because you got all your normal Photoshop stuff. You could do
Is there
some
a specific
Wikify
question
magic,
to
do anything. I don't know.
Oh.
do?
future.
Yeah, what are you guys working on?
Are you
Who's-
Nice that it's all connected, though.
I just see it as like a black screen. I don't see you like drawing anything.
Oh, what the heck? Okay.
Yeah, Bob, get it together.
Oh, no, don't be so harsh with me.
like jet stools, right?
Somebody asked if Jet goes to Cambodia town in Cali, and they said that they went there with their aunt.
What?
Yeah, Cambodia.
I didn't know there was such a thing. Cambodia Town Alley?
In Cali, California.
Oh, what? Where's that, in Modesto?
Mhm.
Modesto, California?
I'm from Canada, bro.
Oh, you don't
Modesto.
In the Modesto?
Oh,
don't
It's
know.
really
Now I
interesting.
can see
What
participating.
would happen in Cambodia town?
You guys eat spiders in Cambodia, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we do. We
True.
fry them, and they're crunchy. I haven't tried them.
That actually sounds really good. Not gonna lie.
It probably just tastes like crab, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've never tried them, but like, I think a lot of people in Cambodia are
Soft
grossed out too. But like, it's a select few. It's more of the countryside.
I'm gonna bet money that it just tastes like soft shell crab.
Yeah, I don't want to try it though. They're just creepy.
Yeah.
I had the opportunity. I saw them on a tray and was like, oh no, I'll pass. Actually, I might next time. You only live once.
Exactly.
You only live a couple times.
Not Buddhists. They can do as many as they
Yeah, I was
want.
just gonna say you only live like 100,000 times.
What prompt are you doing, Bob?
Yeah,
Oh,
what horribly offensive thing are you drawing for us?
I'm gonna be drawing a fat guy riding a tiny elephant.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds
Oh.
not too offensive.
Yeah, that's very
That's
tame.
fine.
It's
That's-
very fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you okay?
So it's a political cartoon?
Hopefully.
Sorry if I ruined your day. People who are watching this after they went off my time schedule.
Well, you did, but they'll forgive you.
Ooh, okay, I got a question here.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody asked, well, a crow, yeah, asked what are your go-to drawing subjects, and then like women or backgrounds or whatever, and why, if there's a reason.
Girls for me, and faces. Faces and girls.
Girls, girls, girls.
And
Faces for me. Faces all the way. Old man faces.
True. I like girls and environments, like organic environments.
Figures, girls.
What about you, Bob?
Lots of screaming faces.
Buddha and Hello Kitty.
That's gone. You took it down.
Oh.
Okay, and why?
And
And-
why? Why girls and faces? Because those are the two things I never see all my life.
Notice. Probably a little choo-choo.
One tear dripped down my face. Yeah. I know I'm attracted to, well, like for environments and stuff like that. I like it because it's
It's okay, you can say
I
it.
saw this hot tree one time.
Son, you don't even understand those curves. God damn. No, I like it because
Asian branches.
That's
Asian branches. What does that even mean? Anyways, yeah, no, I like environments because because it is, you can find a lot of abstraction in it, and you can just kind of like make things up as it goes along. There's no real, I mean, there is a bit of a structure to it, but at the same time, there's no structure to it. It can be random, and to me, I find it kind of beautiful. So that's why I like it. And then women are just women. Yeah.
Women are beautiful. They are works of art. Works of arts is.
Let's not generalize, Jet. Some women are.
Hey!
Wow.
All women.
Hashtag all women.
Hashtag sometimes, maybe all the time.
Any more questions, Siege? Oh wait, we didn't answer some of the people why they do what they do. Okay, why do you do faces, Cynics?
Yes,
I don't know. It's usually like old man faces, just because I like making weird shapes, like weird noses, and it's also very safe. Like it feels like no matter how you mess it up, you can still pull it back and make it into an actual believable face in some way. So I've always found it to be a good way to warm up because it's very like if you mess up the proportions on like an actual figure, then you might feel a little bad about yourself. You know, bad about warming up. But if you mess up proportions on a face, like you can get away with that.
That's been tested.
So old people aren't real people. Basically.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We hear
I
you,
know
Ted.
a nursing home that didn't treat old people like real people.
I don't know why we're going
Bob
down this
laughing.
Oh my god.
It's really like it's
really
gonna let me
sad.
know like where's that joke in the spectrum, and if Bob's laughing, it's like, oh yeah, I went too
Oh
far.
no, goodbye.
I'm sorry if
A
anyone.
hush falls over the crowd, and then you just hear.
Oh, that's
To
what
Osma Lacosta, yes. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
And there's
So
another question I found in here, and I can't find it. Oh, where is it?
well, you keep looking for it because Jet has to answer and Bob has to answer.
All right.
True. Excited.
All right.
Why'd you like girls, Jet?
Well, because girls are the hardest thing to draw, and I just love to challenge myself. They're just.
See,
so-
I've always heard that, but I've always found guys to be a lot harder to draw because they're boring.
Honestly, girls are just fun to draw. They're really
I have to
just
agree with
relaxing, and they're pretty. I like to draw pretty faces. Faces pretty, and I think a lot of people are attracted to pretty things. So
That's true.
Yeah, but as far as guys versus girls, I would say it's a lot harder to draw guys because there aren't curves, so it's harder to make them look dynamic.
Mm.
Like it's harder to make a guy look really cool versus to make a girl look really cool because you have to keep it really, simple. You can't just throw in curves everywhere. Got to keep it nice and clean. That's my take on it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Cynics.
Really, you don't? I feel like it's super easy to make a girl like I don't know, girl poses.
Just kidding. Guys are easy too. I mean, you just gotta know. They're
Whatever.
You just gotta know, dog.
You just gotta know.
I don't know the male body like that.
Male body, it's like a big old blocky block. It's like blocks
And
of
my body
blocks.
telling me no.
My body's telling me no.
All right.
no.
Did everybody answer? Or are we gonna?
No, Bob has to answer why he draws screaming faces.
Because it's what's in my soul. No.
Oh no!
We're not
What
laughing.
happened?
We're all just like, ooh, it's true.
Look at Bob's
It's true.
picture.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's something political, sir.
We left you for 1 minute.
I looked away for like a minute and what the hell?
Oh no!
Well, it's a fat guy writing an elephant. I just took it to its natural conclusion, is all. There we go.
Can you give the elephant like an Indian headdress or something too, so it feels like a very, like, I don't know, world commentary type thing?
Oh, okay. Let me.
So, am I going to be asking just Artie questions, or can I ask like other questions too?
You can ask whatever
You
questions.
can ask whatever you want.
Okay, because
I love you
somebody
too
has a
so
question
much.
for you, Sycra. Oh damn. Here's a question for you, Sycra. I mean, I guess I could answer it too.
Not that kind of Indian. I was talking dots, not feathers.
You don't even know me.
Come
Why
on,
would
son.
you
Want to get killed? Okay, so why do people from wait, what? Oh no, why do French Canadians and normal Canadians not get along?
I think that's for you, Siege, because you're in Toronto. I'm on the West Coast. We don't have many French Canadians here.
I see. I mean, I was living in Montreal for a while, but Montreal is very friendly, so I don't know.
It all dates back to the Frog Wars of the 1700s. Where the Great Frog King of Quebec was overthrown.
No, but that's true. I mean,
Croak.
not the Frog Queen, but they did have
Croak.
wars.
No, I think the tension is a lot. Like it's seen as a bigger thing from outside. There was one point where the country, like where Quebec was just like, we're leaving, and then everybody here was just like, okay, fine, go, we don't care. And then the government was like, no, we need you for political reasons and money, and so then they kind of kept them around. But I don't really know the specifics. I didn't pay much attention. I was pretty young at the time, so I didn't really care.
So maybe it shouldn't be like you can just ask any question, but maybe interesting questions.
That was an interesting question.
That wasn't interesting to most people in the world. They don't know what Quebec is.
Yeah, he's got a point.
That
I
was
don't know what that is.
very interesting, and we got to talk about Frog Wars. How else could we have segued into Frog Wars? Okay, do you guys prefer to draw sci-fi sort of stuff, or fantasy, or modern? And which do you have the hardest time with? And that's from Dark Fair Kiana.
I enjoy fantasy. Fantasy's just fun. I like
I
sci-fi.
enjoy
too.
sci-fi.
I enjoy cartoons.
And I enjoy modern. What is modern?
I guess it's like
Nowadays? Like normal day time?
I don't know why this is tripping you up that much.
What is modern?
Yes, it's like
It's
contemporary
nowadays.
stuff. Not
Okay.
fantasy, not sci-fi.
Oh. Is
I
it
guess
really?
historical was kind of left out of the mix, but I guess you can say historical is fantasy,
It's fantasy.
by people's standards.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Dang.
what I like.
Any more questions, Siege?
Oh, yeah,
Peace.
these ones have already been answered. I don't know. You guys want to start talking about something?
Peace
Yeah.
out.
I don't know. If you guys want to talk about it, I think it's mildly interesting, all the stuff about
Someone asked.
censoring your art or like doing stuff that's too out there or
Yeah.
being too edgy, I guess is the word. Because
Yeah.
I don't know. I went to the LACMA today, and one of the exhibits was literally just a guy drawing like penises everywhere. And it was like really kind of offensive stuff too. Like it was just like penises, like, and here's like a little girl, and here's a big penis in the corner, and it's just like, why, like, who is this guy, and why is this considered like great art? I don't know. It's so weird. So some people seem to, I don't know, embrace their own weirdness, and others kind of try to embrace it and get shot down. And there's this kind of this weird mix of people
Wow.
being scared to embrace what they want to maybe try.
I think also it depends on the industry too. Like, if you were to try to do a lot of that stuff in, I guess, the digital side, on the digital side of things, I think you get shut down a lot faster than if you were doing it in like the fine art world. Like, there'd be so many blogs about how big of a pervert you are within like the first 20 minutes of you posting your stuff. You'd be trending on Twitter.
There's a lot of questions coming up.
Yeah. Someone's asking how do you deal with being an extremely shy artist? I just stay indoors.
Oh, don't listen to him. Jeez.
Stay indoors. Don't make eye contact.
So what's the problem though? Like with like just because I don't really understand how the artist side and then the being shy side really relate.
I think
I mean,
being shy is fine for an artist who just stays inside and draws.
Well, I mean, if you take like to the extreme of just being an artist and being shy, it's like you could be an artist and laugh a lot. It doesn't really matter. Like that's what I'm getting. Like, is it like another aspect of being an artist? Like you want to network, but you're shy as an artist. You want to make friends with other artists or whatever. Because I mean, just being that's like me saying like what do I do if I like to walk a lot but I drink water? Like they don't really relate.
Well, I know for when I have to actually talk to people, I just sort of practiced, and you think about things like, what impression am I making? Am I making eye contact? And there's sort of rules that things you can do as a shy person to make it seem you're not that shy. So a lot of people assume I'm very extroverted and like, oh, it would be fun to hang out with you, and it's like, probably not.
Yeah,
But
see what
you can
I mean,
pretend.
I used to be pretty shy. That's nobody ever believes me. But like nobody believes me. But I was shy, and I had to like overcome that crap. And it was like, I don't know. The first thing I did, I had to change my mindset, because thinking like just faking it completely, but knowing in my head that it was a fake was a mistake, which is what it sounds like you were doing. Like you can't think about it like oh, I'm not that interesting, but let me just practice and then hopefully that I'll kind of fake as if I am interested. It's like, no, you got to believe that you're interesting, at least for that moment.
Yeah. Don't worry, Siege. I believe that you were shy. If I was you, I'd probably try to be as shy as I could be.
Thanks, man. You're the best friend I've ever had. I don't hate you even a little bit.
Oh, that's sarcasm. That means he hates you a little bit.
He hates me a little bit.
It does.
Uh,
Oh, I have a question here.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's from Emily Jonathan, I guess. Yeah. Okay. How to come up with interesting and engaging character designs. I think that's interesting.
You want to answer that, Jet?
Justin.
How to? There's a lot of ways to do that. Sometimes you can like write notes. Just like in writing, if you can't draw anything, just write down that. Like first off, start with the very basic thing, and that's just the idea. So write down all your ideas. Is it dealing with nature? Like, okay, if you were to design like a Pokemon, right? You gotta narrow it down. Is it gonna be a fire Pokemon? Is it gonna be a earth or water? And then from there you branch it out. Is it gonna be like it's gonna be big or small? scary. Just write it all down like just like a tree. Like I'm gonna say cat, and then cat monkey mixed with leaves
Monkat.
and earth.
Captain Planet.
For the record, I hear the best way to design anything character-wise is to always have 3 elements. That seems to be the right balance.
That's a really good point. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it. And then after that, you go with it. Whether it's people, animal, creature, whatever.
Are you
Brainstorm that way.
beatboxing the Captain Planet song?
No, it's the 4 elements, the beatbox back in the day. Come on, man.
Oh.
No, we'd like Roz out. If your mother only knew. Remember? Anybody? No? Yeah. I'm on my own.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
No, nobody who's uncultured knows what I'm talking about. I'm sure there's some people in the chat that know.
No.
I'm sure they do. Razel. Nobody remembers? Back in like Napster days.
So Artifacts keeps talking about the standing desk.
Hmm.
I heard it's good. I've heard people who use that.
I saw a picture of some people who work at like Disney, or used to work at Disney, who have a
It's
standing
very
desk.
expensive though, isn't it? It's like over 2,000, I think.
You can make custom ones. There's a lot of
It's the desk.
there's a lot of like sites and blogs and stuff like that that have just like different
it's
those
not
life hack
just the
blocks.
desk. It like goes up and down. Like you press
Yeah,
this
there's
thing and it
those
goes like.
ones, Yeah, but I've seen just like easier ones that you can custom make, and like cost a hell of a lot less money if you make it yourself. And you can use the extra wood to make a sitting desk. Yay! And then you don't have to do all the You can just sit down at the desk.
Well, the important thing is that you're comfortable and you don't feel like your
I know some
ability to make
people
lines is being obstructed in any way.
Like you can also sit on big balls. Like not joking, but those big.
I sit on big balls every day, son.
Yeah,
Big
but those
balls,
big
big
ones.
balls.
You know what I'm talking about?
The
they're like-
bouncy workout balls. The
yeah,
exercise balls.
yeah. Exercise balls. That's what I was trying
They
to
put
say.
those in offices sometimes and like in studios for like designers and stuff. I
Yeah.
thought they were just trying to be chic.
Whoa, Bob. Did you just like take an image directly from Google and put it into PureRef?
Yep.
How'd you do that?
I just dragged it in there.
It just drags in?
Yeah. It's
Copy and paste too.
Okay. Show it again. That was really cool.
Okay. Let me just take this image, and then I just drag it, and there we go. It's in there.
Whoa.
Okay, why don't you take a second to tell me what PureRef is?
Oh my god.
How did you make it bigger, just like that? Because when I make it bigger,
Yeah,
everything
I
gets
can't do
bigger.
It's-
How do you make it individually bigger?
I press Control Alt, and then I click it, and then I just drag it, and then it just becomes bigger.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. For anybody who's curious, just go to type in PureRef into Google, and then you can basically download this for free. It's a pay what you want thing, so I highly recommend it. I'm
Seems like
using
early
it.
I'm
time.
using it too. I never made the
I need
background
to-
invisible like that though. I should probably do that.
Yeah, I think you can. I right click it, and then
Customize.
where is it? Customized. There we go.
Top. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can put it into dark, so it changes into dark or light, and then or you could turn it into glass, and then there's like other custom ones.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Write
Okay.
down the name on the thing so they can like read it if they didn't get it.
Oh, in PureRef?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. There we go. PureRef. Yeah. Yeah, and just type that into Google, and then like the website should be on the top. It's the first one.
It's really
This video
cool.
was brought to you by PureRef.
This video was sponsored.
PureRef. Pick up your PureRef today, but don't pay for it.
Pay what you want.
Put in 0. Get it for free.
That's what my parents were like when we'd go to those things where it's donation. It's like, oh, good.
Oh, good, it's free.
Oh my god.
It's free.
Anytime I go to any park or arboretum and it's like suggested donation, I'm like, oh, good, we don't have to pay.
Oh, that's so bad.
I'm exactly the opposite. I get like guilty, so I pay too much.
Oh, well, that's
That's
good.
cat
We balance
stuff.
out. You're paying for me.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
How somebody's comment been flagged as spam in the chat?
How did it get flagged as spam? I don't know. Whose comment?
Oh, somebody named Exib.
Exit?
Maybe it was spam.
Were they promoting something?
No, they just asked a question about commission prices, which I'm not answering.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they just said, what have your prices been for commission work?
Sir Beowulf
Art.
said in all caps, "How can I get my question to be seen?" Well, we saw that one.
Next question.
His question is, how do you get started in the art industry?
Well, first of all, you gotta, I don't know, whatever, somebody else answer.
It's the same. I feel like these questions get asked all the time. It's all about connections. Go make friends.
Connections,
Go be
connections,
social.
connections.
Go be online. Have an online presence. Make a Twitter. Make an Instagram. Make a DeviantArt. Make everything. And then just network with everyone. But do it in like a way that doesn't feel like network. Like just make friends, basically. If you can make friends, you'll be fine.
No, so you kind of got to figure out like a bit of the area that you want to go into, like what interests you, what do you actually want to do, and then meet those people, and then if obviously if you want to do something that is in-house, like you're working in a studio, then you should probably go and contact those people from the studio and talk to them or whatever, or find out if they're hiring or whatever. Although I guess a lot of studios do. It's kind of like a private. What's the word for it? It's like the private industry or whatever like that. Like it's it's like the hidden industry. So you kind of have to sometimes email them first or call them first and ask if they're hiring, or go into the studio and meet people and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I mean, for me, it's more like you just make your portfolio and then you produce work, and then there's usually certain works that will get job offers that people will email to you. They'll be like, "I saw your work on this. I think it's really cool. We're blah 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 studio. We think you would be a good fit," and then they make you do a test or something.
Yep.
And I've never really applied for.
Yeah.
I find it a bit dangerous though, like to like do work and then wait. Not everyone's going to be.
Well, it's not waiting. It's just doing work and doing work and doing work and doing work,
Yeah.
and then eventually they're like, "Oh, I like that
Yeah.
work that you're doing."
But anybody who's on the business side of things, kind of like, for you were doing work, but at the same time you were making videos, so you were getting out there. And
Oh yeah. It's a thing of like, no matter what you're doing, if you need work or you need more work, then you try and find extra time to do some of your own personal stuff.
But even still, like you, because of the videos, you were networking and you were contacting other people, and people were seeing you because of like the networks and stuff that you were making. So you were being proactive, even though you weren't really actively thinking about it, because you were just kind of doing it for your channel.
Yeah,
And
I mean that's true.
some people, they post their work up on DeviantArt and they're just like, okay, that's enough for me. Now I just gotta sit back and wait, and I'm gonna give myself the most fanciest job in the world, and then they never get a job, and they're like,
Well, the thing is
like
that
this advice was terrible.
Well,
And then
the
they
thing
hate
is,
you.
it depends on how popular your thing is as well. Because I mean, if employers come and they see your work and then they see you're getting a lot of comments, it's like, well, this person's obviously kind of popular, so that makes sense for
but-
us to contact them.
But then it's not always about how popular you are, because I mean, go and look at the ladies that work for Ghibli. How many of name one lady that works for Ghibli?
Mrs. Ghibli.
Yeah, okay. So, so it's like Mrs. Claus. Yeah, so it's like, obviously they had to do it a different way. They didn't get popular online or anything like that. They just had to go and
But
actively
they were
go into
before
the studios.
that. Yeah, that was a different time and a different place as well.
There's nobody new getting hired at Ghibli. It's a different time. They're all hired, and that's the last time that Ghibli ever hired people. No,
Just a bunch of old ladies working there.
I think getting a bit of business sense behind you will really help you with starting off your careers, especially now, considering things seem to be a lot harder, like a lot harder. So yeah, just like having a bit of business knowledge will help you, because then because it kind of sucks if you do get your first job and you have no idea how to price yourself, so you're just like, yeah, sure, I'll do 15 illustrations. Oh, $5 per piece? Yeah, sure, that sounds like a good deal. And then you end up working like for ridiculous prices, or you don't know how to cover yourself, and they cancel. But I mean, even bigger companies even like if you don't know what you're doing, even like huge companies with bigger names, like like Disney or Nintendo or something like that, they like it's a business, right? So sometimes they'll be like, oh, the project got canceled. And if you didn't cover yourself with like a kill fee or something like that, like which is basically a fee that you put down if the project gets canceled, you get paid a certain amount regardless, as long as you've started. If you don't put that down, and because you just had no knowledge of it, you didn't even know it existed, then it's like you just worked for like, I don't know, a month, 2 months, and they didn't pay you a cent, and you're done. Like, that's it. And the only person you can blame is yourself for not having the knowledge. So, it's good to have this kind of knowledge for getting in, and then also when you're in, being able to use it. The end. Thank you.
I see so many questions backing up. All those questions.
You want to answer them? You want to answer them, Cynics?
Cynics,
should I go farther up? I feel like I'm only going to answer the latest ones, and that would be bad. Hold on.
What you're saying, though, Siege, I think time is the most important thing. Actually, it's having the luxury of being able to put in the time to do all the hard work that you need to do, because I think there's some people who are kind of scary because they'll say things like, I'm going to quit my job and just do art, and it's like, well, do you have the time and money? Like, that's, I don't know, like, you need you can't really determine when you'll be good enough. You just work until you are.
That's true, but I think I guess my point, I agree with that completely. I guess it's just my point is that, like, at the same time, you should be kind of taking advantage of all of your avenues to get yourself noticed, because just putting out work and waiting, that's actually a luck game, And if you were putting out work and at the same time promoting it, like promoting it properly, then you have a better chance of picking up things. And then that's also why you find artists who people hate. Like I know that a lot of people, like, they hate on like Noah Bradley, and it's like,
why are you name dropping?
Well, no, I'm using.
You could just say some concept artists.
No, it's not a bad thing. I'm saying, just be quiet and listen. Okay. I'm saying a lot of people have hated on him in the past because of like his tactics, whatever. But then, like, he's retired now, like from illustration, right? And it's like because he was using, like, he understood business. He put out videos about business, but it was all business stuff that he was doing. Like, it was all publicity type things that he was doing to get his name and his brand out there. And so it's just like, you can't really hate on it because he was actually like if he just kind of sat back and waited, he probably would have gotten noticed eventually, but maybe not like to the degree that he's known now. And it might, and I feel like, by him understanding business and using business, he's actually he's been able to advance his career to the level that it's at right now. And it's just like, I feel like it's inspiring, and I think it's important to know, because a lot of artists, they try to shy away from doing that because it's not the pure way to go. It's not like. It's like, that's not the way of an artist. We just got to make amazing work and then just wait for the gods and the sky to open up and the clouds. Like, it just, I think you have to be proactive on all sides. Make the proper art, but make the art that fits towards whatever you want to do. And then make sure that you actually start contacting them, because people, they trust. You have to build up a trust factor, right? It's like an art director, when they hire you for the first time, it's like they're taking a risk, right, to hire you. So it's just like, it's better if they actually know something about you. So if, like, you've actually been in contact with them, which goes back to Cynic's point about, like, making friends and networking and whatnot. It's like it all kind of falls under business as well as just the purest side of just doing art. I think it's important to have a balance of both.
Okay, you guys ready to blitz through some questions?
Let's do this.
Okay. First one is by Mark Montalban, and he asks, is it okay to use another person's work for a simple reference? And I guess it depends on what he's talking about, but I think it's extremely helpful and important to just do copies of other artists' work, but not for not for sharing or like trying to promote it as your own. So if you're talking about using someone else as reference and then like actually passing it off as your own, that's probably not a great thing to do, because you don't want to portray something that you can't do as something you can do, because that would be really embarrassing if you got hired.
Yeah,
but
yeah, just ask them.
I can't it is. I think there's like some kind of taboo that some people have in terms of just copying other artists' work, because it's always been very common to do like old master studies, but I don't think people talk enough about just doing studies of artists you like, or just whatever random artists are out there. But I used to do a ton of just studies of guys' work, and when I had my sketchbooks on concept art, I'd just be posting the pages that were just from my mind. But basically, for every page I posted, there was probably at least one page I didn't post that was just studies I had done of other artists. So I never shared that stuff, but that's just it's very helpful to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys do a lot of that stuff?
No, but I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people who come up who write on my DeviantArt and ask for permission. They just ask me, like, leave a message like, can I use this, or can I use this to practice, or So some artists they'll respond to you if you ask them.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
You want to go another question?
Yeah, next one.
Okay. Do you think you were born with this art talent or something else?
No.
Yeah, I don't think anyone feels like they were born with art talent.
Yeah, I think it's like some people use their some people are like inclined to drawing, because of their just their personality.
Yeah.
I've said it a lot in the past, but I think it's just like parents giving their kids confidence in art is what people misinterpret as talent. Because a lot of kids will suddenly seem like they're really good, but that's just because they're confident because they've had people tell them they're good. And when you believe you're good at art, that's when you become really good at art. If you believe, because art is really a confidence game in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but I mean, like, people who have like ADD and they're just or attention hyper focus, problems. They just basically when they discover something, they just stick to it and just keep doing it, and nothing can stop them. There's the other people who observe the world differently, and they see those kids and they think that they're like amazing when really they're exactly the same. So it just depends on personality. Like I said, like some people say a left-brained person, a person who's more organized, is not able to learn how to draw and stuff. But I think they can. It's just that they have to do a different approach, and it's using
I had to do a different approach.
Yeah, using your strengths to your advantage. Like, if you guys ever seen Naruto, right? Naruto.
Go on.
Now hold on a second.
I have. Yeah.
I've only seen the first, I think the first season. And basically, it starts you off talking about the different strengths everyone has. Some people are very just brute force. Some are very martial arts. You know what I mean? And they all use different strengths to their advantage, but they're all studying ninjutsu or whatever it's called, right?
I like the guy that was just smarter than everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
I knew you would.
you might be just
That was great.
You're just smarter at drawing. Maybe you're not as creative, but you're smarter, more technical. So it's anyone can learn how to draw, honestly.
Okay, here's another question, which I'm just gonna say is for Sycra, and it says, "How do you feel about Proco?"
He's a good artist. Why?
Thank
I
you.
think his videos are the best one.
I think his videos are really
value.
well done. Production.
Yeah, they're the most well done videos, I think.
He's a pretty good teacher.
I mean, saying pretty good is kind of a douchey thing. He's good.
No, I'm okay. When I say pretty good, I mean they're really
Oh yeah.
That's just my way of
I
saying
watched a
it.
few of his videos in the beginning, when I first got on YouTube. I watched a few. I haven't actually kept up, but I did watch some of them, because I just searched the tutorials and whatnot, and then his videos came up, and I was like, wow.
Oh no.
I'm always jealous of how he can do all that stuff, but I mean, I shouldn't be jealous, but in a way, it's I admire it. I respect. Wow,
Yeah.
you know how to do all this stuff and make a really cool video. I wish I could do that. Except I know, well, if you just put in enough work, it's correction, I'm too lazy.
I guess it comes right back to the art thing. If you put in the time, I guess you learn the skills.
Here's one Sycra might like too. Brian Liang asks, "Is it important to study the smaller muscles or just the larger muscle kind of things when you're learning anatomy.
Honestly, in the beginning, just do the large ones, like the visible,
Yeah.
superficial ones. I think it does help later on to know some of the smaller ones just if you want to be more realistic. But, I mean, I don't know all the deep muscles at all.
That's for sure.
Damn.
Sycra only works on the beach muscles.
I guess. I didn't know I just made fun of myself, but okay.
Yeah, so.
Somebody asked something
What you know
specifically
about
to
course
Jet.
checks?
They said this is actually from Brian Lang again. Said what are things you consider come with time, things that you learn that you only learn by practicing, and some things that come with more study, and which is more things that you research and learn about. And that's for you specifically.
For who?
Okay.
For Jet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's application and then there's study, right? So things that come with time is when you're like applying what you've studied. So I'm not sure, like the question, like what was it again? Like
Yeah, I can type it in here if you want.
what comes with time and what
Yeah, what are some of the things that you consider come with time, and some of them that you feel come with more study?
Oh,
That's a hard question.
I know this one. This one's easy for me.
do it. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, well, what comes with time are things like proportions, I feel. They come with time. How much you can visualize on the page comes with time. Your hand-eye coordination, how nice your lines are, that comes with time. What is appealing? Because so much of it isn't study or time necessarily. It's trial and error. You do trials and you have mistakes that you make and then you learn from them. And the whole time thing is just a matter of making a lot of mistakes and learning from those mistakes over and over and over again. So anything like, so that's why your proportions get better, because you'll draw an eye in one place and it's like, does that look right? No, that looks wrong. Okay, move it.
thank you, Sensei Sycra. My goodness.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
You had it, man. You had
And
it,
then
dude.
studying is everything else. Like anatomy, I feel, is studying. Although the more you do, the better you get as well, because you just remember more muscles. And then perspective, I feel, is studying light. What's it called? Light color theory. That is study.
Yeah, actually, like, okay, I was thinking about this kind of question, like a couple days ago. Basically, one of our teachers had us do exercises, like 50 faces and 50 hands and stuff. I didn't actually get to do it, but thinking about it, I was like, back then, it seemed like the right thing to do. The more faces you do, the more like comfortable with faces you'll get. I mean, I think that's true. But for me, I never really did like 50 faces like a marathon, and I feel really, really comfortable because I just know the basic foundation of the measurements. Like once you understand the basic, like your basic breakdown, whatever rule of thumb you go by, once you break it down for yourself, it doesn't matter if you do 100 or 1,000. You have something to go by, and it's a matter of just practicing and just applying it. But if you didn't know your foundations and you just copied, so that's my point. If you just did like 1,000 faces and you never really understood why the face was, like the way it was, I think eventually you'll get it, but that's just by feeling it out instead of understanding why it looks that way. So it just takes you longer than it would if you understood some sort of proportions and breakdown. Makes sense?
Cool.
Okay, here's a question that I don't know if you'll think it's good or not, but I think it's
there's
interesting. That's how often do you guys get rid of or throw away your drawings? That's by Karasu-sama.
That's interesting.
Oh.
Because I basically trash so much stuff and I don't really care. I don't get attached to like drawings or paintings, even if I've finished them, like and they're okay. Sometimes I won't save them just because who cares? I don't know.
Yeah. See, that's what makes us different, because for me, I collect my freaking drawings like crazy. Like all my sketches from school, all the newsprint, I really just like can't throw them away. I don't know why. It's crazy.
That's
My
cool.
babies.
So
I wish I did that.
I'm kind of in between because I don't have that attachment to my stuff, but I don't I mean, I guess when it comes to like in an individual piece, like starting and then like scrapping it or whatever, like I won't do it. I'll just I'll take what I have and then I'll just completely like tear it apart and then just reformat it. But when it comes to old stuff, like what you were talking about, I kind of it's hit or miss. Like some pieces I throw away, some I keep, but it's not really for any reason. I'm not really attached.
Yeah.
I remember for me there was like a specific point where I stopped being precious about my work. That it was like, I've done this so many times. I could do this again, and then I just stopped caring in terms of like I need to save this. But I do keep most of it just cause.
Yeah, I mean it's good to keep just for the sake of records or just being able to look back. But it's also important, I think, when you're working on something to not feel attached to anything about
I
it.
agree. I agree.
Don't
a
feel
lot
like
with
you need to stick with it. Don't feel like oh, I've came so far on this pose. I better try to make it work. Just tear it down. Scrap it if it doesn't look good.
Yeah. That's the same thing with the school of layers and the school of just one layer in drawing.
Yeah.
Some people
I hate your school of layers.
Just see how we work differently. That's just like a different personality. But like I think it's good to have like a balance. Like for example, if you're just someone who likes to stick with one layer and just I can't.
It also comes to purpose.
Jet's
too.
PSD files make me sick.
Sure,
Basically sick.
It also comes to
When I
purpose
see them.
too, though. Like imagine if you had the purpose of doing like video and stuff like that. It's like you needed different layers to have different things moving around, and like you're going straight from art to video. Then sometimes you'll need more layers, right? So I guess I don't think either or is bad. It's just whatever your purpose is and whatever makes you feel the most comfortable, really.
I think
just
it was
comfortable with layers and whatnot. And yeah, go on.
I think it was in Alla Prima, Richard Schmidt's book, that he said that his teacher, what he would do is, you paint the whole painting and then he scrapes everything off and you have to do it again, so that you learn that it's not an accident or something. It's like, no, you're confident. I've done this once. I can do it again.
Yeah.
I saw some oil painters do that at a convention. They were just painting these like masterpieces, and then they just wipe it all off and start again.
I've seen that.
People are just crying.
Yeah, I was so inspired by that. Like people were like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "That's so great."
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna make a video about it.
That's pretty hardcore, though.
You didn't.
What?
You didn't.
No, I'm going to. It's actually gonna be super soon too.
Oh, okay.
But anyway.
All right.
Pound.
Yeah, that's crazy stuff.
Pound.
So let's see what else do we got. I feel like that's been answered a lot, but a lot of people are asking like, who's your role model or your hero?
Jet.
What? What's up, man?
I love it.
You need something, man? What? You got a question for me? What's up?
No, we're talking about role models.
Oh, don't be a weirdo. Come on now.
I've got pictures of Jet's chest on my computer.
I wish that was a joke.
Yeah, I wish that was a joke too. I really do.
It inspires me. It
Oh,
actually
no.
does too. Like that's not none of this is lies. It's just very easily misconstrued.
Well, thank you, Sycra.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
inspire me too.
I gotta lose that body fat, you know. Okay.
Hurry up and say Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-gi? What about? Oh yeah.
That's your hero. We all
He's
know
my
that.
hero. Kim
Oh,
Jong-gi. He's my hero. Gonna take art to something.
Zero?
I didn't want to say zero because
I
that.
know, I was like, where are you
sound.
going with that?
Yeah, I didn't know where I was going with it.
I don't know Siege's favorite artist. Who's your favorite artist, Siege?
It's hard because my favorites always change.
You're supposed to say myself, me.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you
my-
know
my
what the
favorite-
most arrogant, not arrogant, but if you say my future self.
No, my favorites always change. Like every month, I find somebody new. I'm like, oh my god, I need to be like this person. Like for the
Oh
longest
my
time.
god!
Which is a good segue because CT just joined the chat room, and yeah, CT is one of my favorites. So that's
Oh,
him. You guys,
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
are my favorite too. So I enjoy all of your work as well. I'm not even playing around. Like I'm not saying it. Just I don't need brownie points from you guys.
What's good, baby? What's good in the neighborhood?
I haven't looked at Bob's paintings in a while. Now I'm looking at it, and it's making me sad again.
Close it quickly. All the energy is draining.
Why?
It means I'm doing my job.
Those poor little fish.
She's so happy about it too.
Hey Bob, how come you took down your video?
Oh, which one?
Did you take down more than one?
Hey Bob, can you do a slow zoom in on the very right corner with the baby?
Yes. Yes, I can do
A
that.
slow zoom in.
Like a very dramatic slow zoom in. I just want to cry for a little bit. I haven't had a good cry in a while.
Oh no.
I can't really do it.
Aww.
Oh, he's so sad.
There we go.
He's got a baby potato.
And it's
I love how
crying.
CT joins the chat room and he completely dominates it. Like,
It's
virtually
like-
every time he comes in here too.
Hey, he's a chip off the old block. No, not really. Okay.
What?
Shut up.
The hell was that?
Oh my god.
Chip off the old block.
Question.
I think it was a potato chip joke.
Oh.
Yeah, or in England, a fry joke. Up to you.
Oh, okay.
Mark Montalban, how do you guys feel when someone tells you that your art style looks similar to another artist? I mean, I don't even look at their work.
mad.
I'm not sure, but is it a bad
I don't
thing?
think it ever feels good, even though I know most people say it like in a good way. For some
Yes.
reason, it always kind of it like rubs you like in a strange way. You're like, what are you saying?
Nobody wants to be an individual. Like,
It feels
everyone
like
wants to
you're
be
saying,
themselves.
oh, you copied something, even though I know that's not what they're going for.
It makes me defensive because usually
Yeah, exactly.
I'm old, so usually I was doing that before the person they were talking about even did it, and I feel like saying, I was doing it first! But anyway.
I don't know. I try because of that feeling, because I actually actively got that feeling. I decided I'm just like, okay, stop. Like as soon as somebody says that to me, I literally just stop my mind from thinking, and I'm just like, are they saying it in a good way? Okay, just reevaluate the situation so that I won't get angry or annoyed or anything like that. But I guess the first reaction really is to just be like, how dare you? It's just like, I guess, because nobody wants to be a copy. You know, we all want to be ourselves. We all want to be known as ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to hear that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Rekka Harananu asks, have any of you drawn an androgynous character?
Yeah, I draw pictures of cynics all the time.
Pow pow.
Androgynous character. I think I've drawn one or two. I was a draw character.
I drew one, but it was like I don't know. I don't think I shared it. It was like a comic I was writing when I was younger, but it wasn't quite about androgyny, but it was about a robot who's like in a female body, and they kind of felt super awkward about it because they didn't really identify as a gender. So that was kind of the storyline.
You talking about Willis?
It was weird.
What you talking about, everyone?
It's kind of interesting since that's starting to come up a lot now these days. Like a lot of I guess the gender definition, I guess, is changing so much these days, or at least over here in the Western world. So
Yeah.
it's kind of interesting, like because there's a lot of like new types of comics and new types of like even shows and stuff that are coming out where the characters they don't identify as one or the other. There's like
Crazy old gentleman.
I blame Japan.
Yeah, in Vancouver we have the middle term now.
oh yeah,
Ziz
She.
and Zer. Z.
Scissor,
Z.
Skizzer,
Sycra.
Lycra. Yeah, I think it's a spectrum.
I think it's interesting. It's nice, I guess, in its own like.
I feel a bit old though because it's just that knowing when I was growing up things would have got me beat up that are just now really accepted, and it's like wow. Because whenever certain things come up, like I saw a guy walking down the street the other day, and it was a dude. It was clearly a dude but he was like wearing high heels and a dress, and I was like, wow, when I was growing up, if a guy walked down the street looking like that, he probably would have got either beat up or at least made fun of, but it was just like, oh, okay.
They're all into it.
It's like progress, I guess.
Progress is a good thing. Somebody asked if we could stop for a second because he needs to go get a drink.
Okay, I'll take
We'll add on to
Oh, here's an interesting question, I think. Jazu asks, do you think the art community is getting a little stagnant when it comes to ideas? And things people are drawing the same concepts?
Yeah, but I think it always.
I think I couldn't disagree with that more, actually.
I think it's always that way. Like.
I want to hear.
No, I think things are changing way faster because of the internet age, but it feels like it's going.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Yeah, because we're so exposed to it
faster than you're used to, and it also feels like it's moving super slow because you're seeing everything.
Oh.
But if you think about how long like art took to change in like, you know, before the internet age, it's like, you know, decades of periods and it's very slow changing, and everyone's kind of drawing the same things and it's slightly changing. I mean, you even
look at the regions
really niche stuff from like the 60s, they all kind of look the same. It's a very slow change into the 70s, into the 80s, and it's just minor changes. But you look at like what's gone on in the past 10 years and it's been like crazy differences everywhere.
Yeah, it's because of the internet. Like, it really is. It's like, you know, before you had to walk to like, you know, you had to walk or take a horse or something to get to like another region to go and see somebody else's work, you know, and then you had to document it and then somehow, and then talk about it in another place or take a piece of work. Like nowadays, it's just like instantly somebody creates a work in the middle of Africa.
Before the internet in the 1980s, people were taking horses places.
That is exactly what it was. You flew a horse into another country, and you stole art.
Before YouTube, Sycra used to have a little like wagon that he would take from city to city showing people art.
Is there a difference between CS5 and CS6?
This is how you draw Goku.
Question, somebody.
What's up?
What's up, Jet?
Is there a difference between CS5 and CS6?
Yeah, 5 and 6 are different numbers.
The smudge tool works better in CS5, I think. Yeah, it did. Smudge tool started sucking a lot.
Question answered.
Honestly, I still go back to, like, I have Photoshop 7 on a really old computer, and when I use it, it's pretty much fine. Like, I don't run into, like, oh my god, I'm missing this and that. It's like, no, I can totally use this. But I do use it pretty low-tech.
CS6 kind of ruined me because I love the smudge tool and it just doesn't work properly anymore.
Well, you use a lot of like that manipulation and stuff in fancy.
Yeah.
I just use brushes.
How do you go from traditional to digital?
You don't. They're different.
Are they? I thought they helped.
All the theories are the same. I mean, if you learn all the art theories, which you will learn from trying to paint, then that crosses over.
Yeah.
You just gotta get used to, I guess, that disconnect feeling, I guess, of like when you're using a digital tool. Because I know some people who start off traditionally, it's hard for them to use a tablet at first.
Yeah.
So it's like once you get used to that, then.
I thought I'd never use a tablet.
I was just super happy when I used a tablet because before that I was using a mouse to color. And then from mouse to tablet, you think the tablet's the greatest.
CT Chrysler has a question. He said, do you think people are more interested in ideas and concepts over technical skill? If yes, why do you think so? I think so. Especially when you're younger, too. Because I remember seeing like really great art, but I found it super boring, like the subject matter, and it didn't interest me at all when I was starting.
You know who's the opposite of that though? Artists.
Yeah, exactly what I was gonna say.
Once you become an artist,
it changes over time. But even starting out as an artist, like I don't think many artists start out like inspired by the technical skills. They get inspired by the creativity stuff.
Yeah, and then they look, because I've seen a lot of people go like, oh man, I look back through my old inspirations. I can't believe I like that person. And it was like because like it was interesting art, but it wasn't technically amazing, and they just don't understand why they liked it. Because I guess we gain this like elitist mindset to a degree, Like it's like maybe it's just because of the amount of knowledge that we have. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found that regular viewing audiences that don't do art themselves, they like the ideas and the concepts a lot more than tech. They don't care how technical your skills are. They really don't care.
And I think that's better. I think that's a much more good place to come from, in a way.
I got called lazy for that, for saying that I appreciate that side of things. Somebody called me lazy.
Like, look at Sycra. He has, like, what, 200,000 subscribers? And he's terrible at technical.
Terrible.
Oh, man, it's not punch this.
No, it's okay. No, he's got this thing. It's okay. Cynics has what, 40,000? It's okay.
I'm technically better.
He is. He's technically better, and he still has 40,000. Think how butthurt he must be. Like, he's got to use preparation H every day just because of that.
I chug it. I drink it orally.
No, really, yes, Nix is better than me. I don't deserve to be having better things than him, but because I know him, I kind of don't feel bad because it's like, yeah, he's kind of. A little bit. What's your ultimate goal as artists? That's by Kutachi Muzu? I don't know. Something. The O has like a cross through it. What's your ultimate goal in art?
Tell stories. And assist. Use it as a tool.
So simple. Just tell us, your story. Everybody has their own story, and they just want to tell it.
That's exactly it for me, too. It's like, get Affinity done. Wow.
Yeah. We all want to tell stories. We just get sidetracked.
Yeah, we get sidetracked with
we're afraid to tell our stories because we want them to be good.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid. It's just taking me time.
Yeah, you're working on it. That's good.
I'm working on it. It's so fun and so much cooler than everything else I've ever done in life.
That's good.
Once you're into it, once you see it, it's really fun. I love it. People become afraid because of the technical side. But anyways, Mitch, you were going to say something?
Oh, no. This D. Mitsuki had a question for Sycra. He said, I want to ask this girl out, but I don't think she wants to be my girlfriend. What do I do?
Oh, I'm the perfect guy to ask for that. So what you do is obsess about her a lot, right? Don't talk to her.
Have you left a lot of messages for her so she knows you're super interested? Like incessantly post on her Facebook.
Look at her Facebook and then go through her photos and look at every guy, and that could be who she's dating right now. So
make sure you check
their profiles
to see if they have any pictures of themselves with her, because you might have to read into that.
Once your anxieties are the highest they could possibly be, then start doing these exercises where you imagine situations like you're going to talk to her, but you're anxious, right? Your body's anxious, so probably you're going to screw up. You're probably going to do something stupid, and then just use that imagination
once you
cry.
Built up enough of
Start to cry.
Yeah. And then, like, once you have enough of that kind of anger from being rejected mentally, then go onto her Facebook and just post the most vile hatred you can.
and generalize. Like, for me, I just really can't stand Taiwanese people anymore. And very good to help you become a healthy human being. And reinforce your own beliefs that keep you closed. You know? So, if you're afraid of people, don't meet people, and then that will grow the power.
Anyway, what other questions do we got? I think we answered that one.
That was amazing, I must say.
What are good ways to practice perspective and learn to think three-dimensional? Asked Lewis. Three-dimensional.
Personally, I used to draw like really simple, like mechanical type things, but I draw two of them always and pretend they're connected by a pole, and you're viewing them from a perspective, so you'd have to like alter the perspective a little bit. I would do tons of those.
I'm really curious what that looks like.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't have a good example, but just think of like a simple like cone shape or anything, and just draw the cone facing, in a 3/4 perspective. Then draw a second one that's kind of connected up to it, parallel to it, but farther into the background. I found that really helpful.
Are you drawing Bulma from Dragon Ball Z Jet?
No, Flo. Somebody asked me to draw Hatsune Miku.
Oh, then how come you're drawing Bulma from Dragon Ball Z? I'm sorry. I knew it was her from the beginning. Don't worry. It looks like her.
I thought you were drawing anime.
Oh, you CT's girl.
Don't say that.
She's pretty much just Hatsune Miku, right?
Oh, no. No.
I'm kidding.
Terrible.
If you were a therapist, how many of your patients would commit suicide?
Not enough.
If there's a number higher than 100%, then
No, I really like CT Sword. It's super good.
Okay. How long does it take before one of the hashtag things becomes not cool anymore?
I don't know. Is that an actual question someone asked?
Yeah.
very convincing.
I don't know what this means. There's the question if this is Sycra, what happened to your girl? Did you tell people there was going to be a girl in here or something?
Oh, there is. Isn't your girl here, Robert? Cynics.
No.
No, she went with her dog.
Yes.
Man, this is like the second time in a row she preferred her dog over you.
Next question.
I just let that air out. It was so awkward. I was like, we could film silent.
Let's for like a few minutes.
Yeah, we're all like.
Nicholas Delgado. I think this is for Jet. How old are you guys, and do you believe in aliens?
This is definitely for Jet.
I do believe in aliens, and
can I add an
years
addendum
old.
to that? He also wants to know how much of his income should he invest in Bitcoin. Okay, take it.
You should invest all your life savings, because it's the future.
Aww.
Oh, that I shut him down. Good at that.
Yeah.
All right, who's next?
What a bully.
Am I on mute?
You're not
here. We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Alright.
Oh wait, were we actually gonna do the age thing?
Oh, I think aliens probably. I mean, based on like math, it's got to be not math.
I would say it's 100% based on
Yeah.
that, like based on
Alien
percentage.
life being out there. Yeah, I think so.
I think anywhere there's liquid water, there's probably life forms. I feel like that's the main requirement.
Was that a female?
I heard Becky's voice.
Who's that?
Oh my god, she's speaking words. I'm so excited.
It's Jet's overlord giving him alien orders.
Yeah.
You must not tell them to tell them about us.
She heard him mention the word Bitcoin and she's freaking out at him again. We do not invest any more of our money in Bitcoin. I'm sick of it. Stop losing our money.
Why does she always have a list?
That's what she sounds like.
Actually, I found that when a lot of people do like imitation voices of females, they just throw a lisp on it. Why is that? That's my question. Why? Why do women always have lisps when guys do
Well, if
imitation?
you think about it, I looked at some guys who were like very gay, and then it's like, well, that looks gay. But then you look at girls, and they're doing the exact same thing.
No.
Oh, I feel okay.
Yeah, they do. They use their arms a
Has been
lot.
trying to
and-
ask the same question for like 40 minutes, so he's
Okay,
asking.
let's get it real.
Distinct style, do I need it? Does he need a distinct style? So most people don't.
It
That guy
depends what-
definitely does.
Well, no, it depends what you're
I said yes.
If you work in a studio, then you just need to be able to adapt to whatever style they do. So you don't necessarily need your own style, but it feels like there's like middle-level jobs and then high-level jobs, and the high-level jobs usually, yeah. And then the middle level, it's like,
I mean, I don't think you start getting jobs for your style eventually.
Yeah, but
So it's not really
also
it's not a necessity.
It's nearly. I'm gonna say, okay, it's very hard to not have an original style. Like that is your
Exactly.
visual library coming through. You can't copy someone exactly. I mean, you can try your best,
What the
but
hell? They keep asking how old I am.
you're gonna have a distinct style.
you already answered as well, and it's not like it's a secret.
Yeah, I'm like,
Girls are gay.
You're-
Sycra
you're-
2014.
I'm 50 years old.
Thank you, Artifacts.
Okay, everyone, how old do I sound? Or how old do you guys think I am?
20-something. 23? 25.
There we go.
26. Oh, 20.
Going Sycra. Sycra going one.
Oh, you're a quarter. I feel like cool people would say you're a quarter, but say it in a cool way so it sounds like all slang and hip. Siege,
I
do it.
don't think anybody would ever say that.
For the record,
I'm 25 years
except
old.
no, you do not need a distinct style to get noticed.
Maybe you're a quarter.
Like that. See?
That's how you say it. That's,
That's
the
how
coolest
you
thing.
say it. That's how you say
Okay,
it.
okay.
Quarter.
He's a quarter. Yeah.
I'm a quarter.
Okay, so Tobat is asking, how do I not get a girlfriend? I have too many.
That's
I did not get a girl, but I have
Do
too
you want to
many.
tell him how to not get a girlfriend?
I want to hear Sycra's name.
43, 20. They're all over the place.
yeah.
I didn't get
12. There's a
What the
lot
hell?
of 12s,
What
15s.
happened? Oh, people are actually. Oh
And
wow,
free
my chat just caught up.
God, look at all those damn
46.
numbers.
I like
69.
12 and a half is cool
12,
'cause it's like specific.
9,000! What? His power level's over 9,000!
Sarah says you sound very young. That's nice. That's good. You'll have a young voice when you're older. You won't scare your kids.
Yeah, not like Bob. Did you know Bob's only 14?
Yeah. I'm totally pubescent.
No, that makes things wrong because then when
I'm
he's
pretty
drunk,
sure,
it's-
the sad thing is, I'm pretty sure he is the youngest one.
he
Yeah.
is. He's
Yeah.
what are you, 22?
Yeah, I'm 22.
Oh,
But like recently 22. Like he used
Yeah,
to be 21. Yeah.
He sounded like this since she was like 8.
girlfriend.
Baby.
Oh, somebody wants you to give Miku a leak.
Oh, that, okay. I got
Yeah.
really worried for a second when I heard you say that, but I understand now.
Oh, a leak, yes. Okay, great. The leak from the, like, spinning that shit. Like,
Yeah, just cross out your face.
Do it.
no, I can't. Okay, fine. Where am I going to put the leak? Under the song.
Got any more prompts?
Yeah.
Tons of them.
Man, I can't put
Good
it.
answer,
I
Jen.
don't remember them.
They're in the Skype.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody requested this Hatsune Miku, so if anybody wants to request something for next time, just drop it in my Art of Jetty Jet Facebook page or YouTube page, anywhere.
Wow.
That was good. I like that. It was smooth. It didn't feel forced.
You know what I'm saying?
This is how you do it.
This is how you do it. It's fried.
So there's a question that's, what if you realize your girlfriend was a dog? I'm going to give that one to Siege.
Oh my god. What? Wait, what? How am I supposed to answer that question?
It's a Inu, right? It's a Inu.
Speak from the heart.
It's what?
You got one? No.
Wah, Inu. Wah.
Here's a question for Sycra. How long will this stream be for?
Oh, I don't know. When did it start? 7? So,
7
uh,
more minutes?
Hour 14 minutes
yeah,
to go.
46 minutes left.
Oh,
46.
2 hours? Okay.
Yeah, it's usually 2 hours, isn't it? Is it 2 hours or an hour and a half?
No,
I
an
thought it
hour
was
and a half.
Whatever.
It's an hour and a half?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Oh, then I guess we could go 16 minutes or we could go 46 minutes. It's up to you guys. What do you guys want?
I'm getting pretty tired.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sick of this.
I'm sick of you guys.
Well, I can draw. You can talk. Do you want to talk, Bob? Because then I'll totally draw.
Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sycra draw anything lately.
Boy out.
What is Becky saying?
keep
I
hearing her
just
pop up.
hear like this girl's voice every once in a while.
I'm reading the questions on the little.
I'll read one for you.
Oh.
Pick one
Do you
out
wanna-
for us.
Do you want to talk and then I'll draw?
Some of the questions are random, like how does a girl ask a boy out?
That's easy.
Art.
What? Okay, tell us.
Everything. How does a girl ask a boy out? How did you ask Jet out?
What?
I don't know. Wouldn't it be better for a boy to answer that question?
To answer
Look,
how
okay,
a girl
this-
asks a boy out?
It is. No. You have to ask a girl because it's how does a girl do it, right? So for you.
No, it's the question was how
Well,
does a boy?
How does a girl ask a
How does
boy?
it-
But
yeah,
wouldn't
it's the other way.
question be best answered by a boy, because how would you want to be asked out by a girl?
Nah.
Damn.
We gotta hear firsthand
I mean,
experience from
To
you.
be, be honest, I've only been asked out by girls.
Ooh,
That's not
I
true.
never. No, that's true.
It's actually true.
That's
I
actually
mean,
true.
it's not true to me.
Because I never had the confidence to ask them myself, so I just become friends with them, and then eventually.
They're like, oh, we can't wait any longer. Just, God damn it,
Yeah.
Oh, female.
this guy's so slow.
Yeah, to the guy that said, how do I not get a girlfriend, the answer is to try to get a girlfriend.
Is that a real girl?
And it works vice versa.
Imitate Sycra.
You already.
No, I don't try. I totally quit all those dating sites like months ago.
He's using the same name. He's all of them.
I think that,
Yo, Becky, pick another question for us.
People are
Bob,
so
what
excited.
happened to your voice?
What happened to your voice?
Oh, my voice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, puberty.
I don't see any questions. They're all comments.
Oh.
When will Cynics update his concept art sketchbook?
Never. I haven't updated that in like 5 years.
Becky, you have
Start.
No.
I'm done with that. I post stuff on Instagram or DeviantArt or YouTube.
Okay, I have a question from Hassan M. How does one build a good visual library?
Look at things. It's like the most literal answer I could give.
The trick is to keep your eyes open for as many hours a day as you can.
Jet J. That's a good question.
Seriously, go look at
Jet gay.
look at a lot of art.
What?
Go look at
Jet's not gay. Jet has like
Guy?
Jet's got a girlfriend. Jet's
Talking-
really good with girls, isn't he?
Jet's extremely handsome and very, very.
He's really
charismatic.
handsome.
Wait, is
Very
that
charismatic with the lady.
No, they're just being hella nice.
trolling?
nice.
They hate
No, it's being honest. Being honest. Yo, we all know what he looks like. We know the truth.
No, Jet's handsome, and like the girls who like him are also very good looking. It's like wow.
Ooh, look who else is getting compliments now.
Bob.
You know who else is good with girls? Cynics. What the hell, right?
Felix is really, really good with girls.
He's really good with girls. It's annoying.
How sad is that?
Really?
I know.
the
Women,
trick to
please
everything is to
raise
not
your
care.
standards.
I'll post a video
Don't give
myself
a chance.
someday. Yes, soon.
Oh wow, YouTube wants me to enter a captcha.
Oh, they did this
Really?
once.
Why?
To be honest about the visual library thing, I used to start like I'd stare at things like in like a weird way. Thankfully, they were just objects. So
That's a better way to talk about Asian women.
Try not to do it with people. Like don't be on the train and just stare down a girl sitting across from you or something like that. They might probably. But yeah, like I used to just like walk down the street looking up at the sky and just trying to understand clouds. And then also just like I guess researching and reading books and stuff like that can really help you too, because if you know the background, or like you understand how something's actually working, then it helps you to be able to draw better. So yeah, so doing research and learning about things, becoming learned.
There's a question for Cynics. When will Cynics actually make more than one video every 10 months?
Never.
Haha. Finally. Normally
That's you, Jet. Can Bob sing me a sexy lullaby? Asked Husky.
Yeah, do that Frank Sinatra.
A lullaby?
Yeah.
Let's see. Rockabye baby. What were the lyrics? I don't remember.
The lyrics. It's remix.
It's the last thing a girl's ever gonna hear. Like a knife to your throat.
It's like he'll lure the girls because of his quote-unquote sex.
Sarah, what's the question? Is there a limit to how well you can draw at a certain age?
No, what?
No.
No, nonsense.
Nah,
Nonsense.
bro.
There's also not a limit to how bad you can draw at a certain age.
Push it to the limit.
There's no limits.
There's no limits.
No limits.
None. I told you, I'm
Handsome
50 years
girl.
old.
What is a good way to better oneself on lining art pieces? Line art? Like, okay.
I didn't understand what you said.
I think there's like practice
Make it
or
better,
use Paint Tool Sai, and those programs have stabilizers.
Yeah, stabilizers.
Does Bob have a girl?
Nope.
Not yet.
He has pieces of one.
Yeah.
I was trying to find some way to say it.
Yeah. I keep them very close to me.
He's collecting his dream girl piece by piece.
Yeah. One day she'll be put together.
What?
The chat's paused for me.
Oh, okay. I'll find stuff. Joni Chester says, "What does art itself look like as a character form?" What?
What?
Okay, Art Jackadelia. Have you ever had so much support from friends and family that you felt pressured? Sometimes I feel almost crippled by the fear of not living up to expectations.
Whoa. That's backwards.
Yeah, for me, I had the opposite, but that's cool.
I mean, we don't really understand what we have until it's gone, you know those types of situations. So it's just like everybody kind of wants something that's on the other side. So it's like for people that didn't have any support, I guess like sometimes they'd like if they had support from people like their family or whatever. And people that have too much of it sometimes feel overwhelmed, like they owe their family something, or like they can't live up to it, like this person said. So I don't know. I've never felt that. I mean, I've had kind of like. I guess I've had support, but at the same time I've had resistance. So
But
it's
I guess
like, a healthy balance.
I guess in a way what happens is like I don't have that particular issue with like friends or family, but I do feel that as I get maybe more established and more followers, I feel pressured like, oh, maybe I need to show something good because look at all the people who are watching this. But the way I counter it is to just tell myself, like, no, you're going to do a bad job. If you really want to make them happy, don't think about them. Just do what you do, and you can't do anything for them. Be super selfish and just do what you think is cool, and then if they like it, cool. If not, whatever. You did your best.
I guess because in the beginning, people followed you because of what you do. Like they appreciated what you do. So if you start trying to, I guess, live up to what they want, it's like you're kind of doing the opposite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the same is when they'll often you'll get people giving you ideas of how you should improve things. Like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. If you take it too seriously, you also run the risk of not being yourself anymore.
Yeah.
True.
It's very crippling too. So.
Yeah, stressing out more than actually working.
Here's a question that I assume is for Bob, and it's, what are you drawing?
Oh, what am I drawing right now?
What are you drawing, Bob? What are you drawing, man?
I am drawing a caterpillar samurai, a giant one fighting a dog Viking. There we go.
Wow.
So weird.
Brilliant.
It's coming out of its butt?
Yep.
This
The
belongs
dog's
in a
collar is right
museum.
over there. It's being pooped out.
Okay, Sarah Wyatt wants to know if she can tell Sycra I love him, please.
Well, yeah, but that's all well and good, but come on, like, I can't do anything with that. What's your address? I kid.
Are you kidding?
Snarky says, Bob, do you eat the girl pieces that don't make the cut? Sounds like it would be cheaper than getting groceries.
No, I give them to my friends.
I know. How many times have you got, like, yay, mail? Oh, it's a finger.
I live too far away for this.
Don't worry, I'll get your address soon, Siege.
Oh God, no.
Damn.
Did any of you guys go to art school, and if so, which ones? Yes. Jet went to a very nice one, I think.
No.
A very expensive one.
There you go.
See, here's the thing. You don't think it's a good art school, but you actually never went to a bad art school. Because when you talk about your art school, the people who graduated, the quality of the teachers, it's still a lot better than the school I went to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only thing is it's way, way more expensive. So I get it. It's not worth it on the price, but in terms of the quality of the...
Oh no, I think no, you can find a lot of value in my school. I think it's a great school. It's just the price is just what kills everybody.
Prices destroy people.
Gosh, it's insane. Like,
I might actually consider going to school if it was damn expensive all the time. But nah.
like I know a lot of friends who became successful, using the traditional method. You get a job, you go to school, you intern, you apply for jobs, and then you get the job. It was very just out of the book. But that was like 1% of 1%.
But still, the reason I know your school is better because you'll tell me about what the graduates are doing, and it's like, wow, they're doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
So
When they're
Kotora
successful,
Chan.
they are successful.
Oops. No. Kotora Chan asks, do you guys ever find that taking breaks from art actually helps you get better? And I will say that is my entire philosophy in life.
That's all.
One long break is what will help me get better.
I actually do agree. I think that it does help.
What helps? Who helps?
Taking breaks.
Oh yeah.
I think taking breaks is like as long as cynics, I don't think so. But I think short breaks are really important, and also I think if you're overworking yourself, you shouldn't be. Try to take at least one day where you're not drawing, or at least that's what I try and do. Just because I still draw, but I mean less.
Taking breaks are magical for me.
And on a smaller scale, always take a break when you're doing an illustration for a work or something.
Yeah.
Even just a small break.
Yeah.
Always take a break.
Yeah, at least get up and walk around and then not look at your screen for 5 minutes and then look back, because then you'll see a bunch of problems that you never saw before.
That's the true one.
Great Dane says, oh, I see. Is 4 to 5 hours a day for a 15-year-old too much? Should you let art come in front of your social life if you feel really passionate about it? That's pretty good. Is it too much, and should you let it come in front of your social life? I think that's up to you, because if you do let it come in front of your social life, maybe you'll lose some of your friendships, but you might get much better. I feel like that's sort of the trade-off. And when you look at artists and you see them doing whatever they're doing, there's always a trade-off. You have to understand that. And for me, it's really a no-choice thing. I couldn't have done anything else because I would rather kill myself than do art, because it just seems so boring what normal people do in their lives. But But yeah, you always pay some price, and then if you want everything, like you want to be a really good artist and make a lot of money and do this and that, it just seems, I don't know, it's almost unrealistic, but I guess it can happen.
Every artist I know has to trade off social life at times. It always has to.
Yeah,
I don't
at least
think you can be a
periods.
decent artist without trading off some social life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, the more you get into art, it feels like the less you can relate to the rest of the world. and it's easier to relate to only other artists, because when I talk to people outside of art, it's like a different, like, oh, what do you do? Oh, well, I do 9 to 5, and it's like, oh,
And then I watch the baseball game.
it's just
Watch the
weird.
news and go to bed.
Did you see Dancing with the Stars?
I raise Pistons.
Oh God. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I hate that show. What the?
Well, my chat's frozen, so you guys can handle questions.
Enjoy your free time when you are young enough to draw. Oh wait, that's. I draw over 9,000 days a day. Wow. That didn't make sense.
True.
True, yes,
Okay.
true.
Wait, what is this? So somebody said, this is from Exib, said, I freaking love drawing cartoony style characters and environments, but I feel pressured to start doing more digital painting and paintings in quotes. And I said, do you guys think that having a cartoony style is in a way worse?
Hell nah.
No, it's not bad at all. It depends on where you're going and what you want to do, and if you're working for yourself as well. But there's a lot of demand for cartoon type
You gotta
work.
look at it like you're not trying to impress everyone. You gotta find a niche, and niche market. Like what? No, not niche market. What your genre of work? Are you animation? Are you comic books? Are you figure modeling? Are you creating action figures? There's just something for everybody.
And I think the Nix has said it before, where it's like, it doesn't matter what you do, you just have to be really good at it.
Yeah. Bottom line. Bottom
Oh,
line.
have you said that? Have you not said that?
I don't know.
All right, never mind. It's an original from me. It doesn't matter what you do. You're really good at it.
I second that. I second that.
All right, do you want to wrap it up, B?
Yeah. Are you tired, Bob?
Oh yeah, I'm running out of steam.
Are you tired, Bibbidi Bob?
All right. So what is that on the ground beside the caterpillar?
It's a Viking shield, even though it doesn't look like it.
That's a Viking shoe. What is a Viking shoe? I didn't even know they had their own shoes.
Oh, they do. They got like round
Find a
shields.
reference on that one.
Huh? Oh, right.
Is it in your photo ref?
Hold on.
Wait, did you say shoe? Because he said shield.
Oh, I thought he said shoe.
What's wrong with
Shield.
you?
Well, shield, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a shield.
I was more intrigued by the thought of a Viking shoe.
Okay, so here's the options. Either I focus on Jet's thing and we go for a bit longer, or we just wrap up now.
Whatever you want.
What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Jet? What do you want to do, Jet?
Man,
Are you tired too, Jet? Because if you're tired too, I'll just wrap it up.
I'm not tired.
Diarrhea! I got it. Let's wrap this up, because
That's not.
you need to get that dealt with, Jet. I do not want you making a mess and then some people have to clean it up.
Becky's standing there like, oh god. Yeah, please.
No, I was gonna say, okay, like, I'm going to say this, alright?
Okay, say it.
I was gonna, like, actually was supposed to leave earlier, but then, like, now I'm just like,
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry,
you're
Jet.
stuck to the seat.
no, fool, it's not, don't have to apologize. I'm just saying, like, now I'm, like, really into this. I'm like, shit, I want to finish it. Finish it.
Yeah, shit, I want to finish it. Am I right?
Oh my god.
But it's up to you, man. If you guys are done, tired, good. It's up to you, my baby.
Someone wants you to post them on DeviantArt, Bob. The pictures you're making.
Oh, okay,
Do
no
you,
problem.
do you post these?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
he does. He does. That is.
Maybe it'd be good to mention. I don't think we've ever mentioned that, so
I
it's a
took
good
too
thing to
long
mention.
this time.
Do you want to see all of his silly little drawings?
See all of them silly
Maybe just-
little things.
No,
Should
I would
just talk
actually like
about
to
it.
check them all out. I didn't know you posted them all.
Yeah, I do. They're on my DeviantArt.
Okay.
What is your DeviantArt? What's the
Bob
address?
Meatbag.
How do you spell that?
BOBMEATBAG, Bob Meatbag. Type that into DeviantArt.
Oh.
DeviantArt.com.
Oh,
yeah, check it out.
DeviantArt.com.
Yeah.
Can cynics fart? Yeah, he can.
That sounds like some sort of
Man. I'm supposed to like fill in this gap.
Expired. Hold on a minute. 2 episodes later.
CT says he wants to watch Jet, and since CT said it, everyone's agreeing.
Oh,
No.
Alright. Alright, let's watch Jet color this girl blue.
Let's just color her blue.
Well, we're gonna take a little nap while Jet draws.
Alright.
Bye, everybody.
You heard it here first. The sounds of Cambodia.
Soothing
Uh,
Cambodia.
Top charts across the world.
Everyone
Everyone agrees.
just real mad.
That was.
Hey,
Sarah
what
Wyatt still wants you to know that she loves you very much, Sycra.
Aw,
She loves you so
thanks.
much.
Aw, I appreciate it. It's nice that someone does. Arya Crystal Dragon says, what if you are working with a friend but they want to go in the opposite direction that you want to go?
Working with what?
I think you gotta let them go.
You just gotta,
Let it
sever
go.
all relationships.
Well, not
You
necessarily.
can't hold it back anymore, basically.
Hold me back.
You gotta do your thing, and they gotta do their thing, and then,
I don't know what the question was.
These kids are too young to know that Double D song, huh? Oh man, they're just like, what the hell
I don't
is this?
think anyone knows what you're trying
I
to
knew
say.
what you were trying
I knew
to.
what it was.
People know what you were trying to sing.
Francisco wants to know if any of you have heard of another YouTube artist by the name Zapateria.
32.
I'm sorry, that says Zia Taptara.
Oh, Zia Taptara. Yeah, I did an interview with Zia.
Yeah, he's totally been in an interview. We are well aware of it.
I'm not saying anything.
He does some really good paintings. I heard of him.
Fully interviewed.
Stop.
All right. How do you guys work a character into a background, whether it's a scene that they are standing in or just a character with a patterned background?
I think first of all, it depends on your composition. What's your focus? Is it the character or is it the background?
Yeah.
I'm
That's
so
really
vague
what it
with my
comes down
answers.
to.
I'm always just like, story. What's the story? What are you trying to tell?
What's the story? Wishbone.
Oh my god.
What's the story? Wishbone. I don't know how it goes.
Something.
That guy asked, what are your guys' current favorite TV cartoons?
Cartoons?
Cartoons.
Yeah.
Wait, like
I know
cartoons.
yours is Hunter something.
Hunter x Hunter.
Oh.
Hunter.
Oh, is that like an anime? What is that?
Yeah, like an anime. Ew. Oh my god.
I started watching Kill la Kill because it's on Netflix. The animation's pretty interesting. I can't really.
It's really good. I really
Studio
like the
Trigger.
style.
The Madhouse is they're so good. My god. Sorry. Hunter x Hunter is just so good, and One Piece, obviously.
He said cartoons. I wonder if
I actually stopped watching One Piece.
Oh, I watched Sword Art online. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty interesting.
I like that.
There's
I
another one.
sometimes watch a regular show, a cartoon network. It's pretty good.
Log Horizon, I think it's called.
Yeah,
that one's really good. Yeah. If you guys like Sword Art Online and you like gaming and stuff, you guys should watch Log Horizon. Sponsor me, Log Horizon, please.
Jason Dow says or asks, do you guys ever feel alienated just because of your drive for art?
Yeah, sometimes. Not really for the drive for art, but just my ambitions.
Yeah, I feel alienated because of my ambition sometimes, and it's because of my drive for art isn't as strong as most other people's. I'm just
I
like
used
art.
to, but I don't know. I feel like everyone around me is an artist or does art stuff, so I don't anymore.
Yeah, for me, it's like I guess I stopped being just like a purist. I guess when it came to art, I wasn't like I started seeing art more as a tool to help me do things that I was interested in. Like I'm just like I'm interested in this. I want to use art to express that, rather than just like I want to get better at art. Like it stopped being just about improving and whatnot. And then a lot of the artists that I like kind of held close to me, they started like looking down on that because like, oh, you don't want to learn how to get better. And I'm just like, well, I just want to learn how to tell these stories better. They're like, yeah, but the technical skill, the technical. And so I kind of stopped talking to them, and they just and now they think that I'm lazy because I'd rather focus on the other aspects of it rather than just art rather than doing art for art's sake. I'm doing art to tell a story or to give a message or express stuff.
Goku.
What?
That's his dog's name.
It's my brother's dog.
Why did you sound like an obese black man?
Hey, Goku.
Hey, yo, Goku.
Goku, get out of here.
Better cut that out, Goku.
I will cook you.
Don't say that. Some of them do.
It's racist. I was talking to people. There's one of them in the room.
You racist again?
Okay, let's wrap this up. It's getting silly.
Good.
Ew. Sorry, I just saw somebody say Goku no Pico is amazing. I recommend it to everyone 13 years and younger.
Oh,
Do not
I've
listen
seen
to
that.
ever. No.
What?
Isn't it? It's like hentai, right?
It's about a little boy. He's like I don't know how old he is. He's a little kid, and then he's got a boyfriend, and his boyfriend's like 27, I think.
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, I never watched it. Never mind.
Somebody said, "Why are you only answering psychopaths' questions?" That's a good question.
That's a good question.
That
Very
is
good
true.
Next question. Next question.
Oh, okay. I'll let Jet finish. People want.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We can go.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll let you finish. Some people want to see you finish.
It's pretty much done. I mean, done. I just wanted to slap on some colors that it's her.
True. Now time to put in all the digital effects.
Why does this guy keep asking the same question about manga and video games? Scheduling his time. I don't know how he should schedule his time if he wants to do both. Like, I don't know. Come on.
Prioritize.
Figure it out. Just figure it out. It's not hard.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Quarters. Quarters.
Are you killing Goku in the background? What is that?
That's not my backyard. Someone else's.
It sounded like somebody's living by the sea. Like there's seagulls just in the distance.
I think Frieza got into your backyard again.
Yeah.
See, I didn't make the worst jokes today.
Thank you.
Oh, did we not? Are we gone? Are we not live anymore?
No, we're still
Okay,
No, feel free to say whatever you want. We're not live.
I so wanted to lie to you that we're not live. But, no, we gotta go now. So bye everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah,
I closed it.
right now. Bye.